There were a lot of dangerous setups in that movie. There was a lot of fire, there was a lot of gunfire, there was a lot of automatic weapons. Of course, Jim's always using full loads. We really kind of had to be on our toes.
They would have like these stunt guys, real stunt guys, and then dummies that I'd have to incinerate. I look back and I think, geez, they trusted me so much because I never got it wrong, thank God. But what if I'd incinerated a real stunt person? They all look the same.
For Carrie Henn, some of the stunts were downright fun. In this scene, the young actress had to slide down a 3-story air shaft.
It took like a zillion takes to do it, but it was really cool because there was a huge chute, and it had to have been at least like 2 or 3 stories high, and there was a huge mattress at the bottom. So I kept wanting to mess up when we got to that point because I kept wanting to go down the chute. That was the coolest part.
Dude! No!
At the time, I didn't really realize how dangerous it was. I actually did most of my stunts myself.
Because the alien is so powerful, because our weapons are so useless against it, because the differential in strength between a male and a female is so inconsequential compared to the differential in strength between the human and the alien, that it's the great leveler. Men and women are on equal footing before the alien.
Although the sinister and deadly alien eggs were featured in the first film, one question was left for Cameron's script to resolve. Just who or what was laying those eggs? The answer, the alien queen. Like a queen bee, she is both mother and ruler of a hive of worker and warrior aliens. Based on H.R. Giger's original design from the first film, Cameron drew upon his special effects experience and designed the alien queen himself.
He came to Stan Winston's with these beautiful color renderings that he himself had done of the queen alien. While she looks like she is of the same family as the warrior alien, has a more elegant flow to her design, and he extrapolated the lines of the alien but expanded on them, made it more elegant and sort of feminine, which was a really brilliant move.
When built, the queen was 20 feet long and 12 feet tall. Her tail alone was nearly 10 feet long. Working the suit required 2 men inside, while up to 16 puppeteers worked the muscle controls via wire.
That was really great. I like the queen, it's really great. I thought, I mean, it will work also without me very well.
The end result was a terrifying monster that even H.R. Giger could appreciate. And Ripley's explosive encounter with the alien queen set up a climax that pushed the boundaries of special effects as never before.
The audience gets very wound up. They'll get very wound up in an action sequence where there's jeopardy to characters that they care about. So you have to release that. So now you have to chill people out.
You did okay.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Then shock him again.
We wrapped cables around the upper and lower half of the body so that as the cables were pulled, it would twist and throw.
The android blood was made of milk and yogurt, a sickening combination under the hot lights of a film set.
I got sick as a dog the first day of shooting of that stuff, and we had to keep going. I was just dying You don't want to hear the gory details, but man, I could barely keep my head up.
In an effort to top his gripping planet escape sequence, Cameron staged the ultimate cinematic showdown.
Go! Move!
A battle to the death between Ripley and the alien queen.
Here! Here!
Cameron's eye for detail was crucial to successfully capturing the battle. The director carefully storyboarded the entire sequence, which required live action mixed with miniatures.
When we shot the scene with the full-scale Queen Alien, we only shot maybe for 2 days, and that was for the entire sequence. And I remember thinking, how's he gonna pull this together? This just not enough stuff.
Get away from her, you bitch!
With James Cameron's careful planning and the work of puppeteer Doug Beswick, the miniatures cut together flawlessly with the live-action footage.
Come on!
The fight between the power loader and the Queen Alien is still, to me, one of the premier examples of the effectiveness of editing miniatures intermixed with full scale.
In January 1986, James Cameron began editing on Aliens. But his first cut was thought to be too long by the film's executive producers. Cameron began trimming. He even deleted entire scenes, including the sequence that referred to Ripley's daughter.
That was sort of the linchpin to me of my whole performance, that she, seeing this little girl, doesn't really want to get close again, be hurt again, but does anyway. And we went to the premiere. That whole thing had been cut out, and I was furious and so hurt, because to me that was the whole point of the whole character, was that she had this inside.
Another cutting room casualty was this scene, in which Newt's family has their first deadly encounter with the aliens.
What is it, Dad?
I'm not sure. Let's see if we can't get a closer look at this thing, maybe through that crack down the side.
Shouldn't we call in?
Let's wait till we know what to call it in as. It's about as close as we can get. Should we take a look inside?
Timmy, they've been gone a long time.
It'll be okay now. Dad knows what he's doing.
Alpha Kilo 2 Bernardo calling out to control. This is Alpha Kilo 2 Bernardo. Alpha Kilo 2 Bernardo.
Numerous other trims and deletions helped bring Aliens' total running time to a lightning-paced 2 hours and 17 minutes. Studio executives loved the film, but felt that it was still too long. They begged Cameron to make further cuts. But this time, the director held his ground, insisting that any further edits would compromise his creative vision. In the end, an agreement was reached. The film would remain at its current running time, and Cameron would direct 2 more movies for the studio: The Abyss and True Lies. On July the 18th, 1986, Aliens premiered. It was an immediate monster hit.
It was a different kind of reaction than Alien. It was more fun. It wasn't the kind of deep terror that Alien provoked. This was the roller coaster ride.
If a filmmaker sets out to make a terrifying experience, to make the ultimate monster movie, and people don't scream or they don't jump when something happens, then you've failed. So it certainly is with a sense of satisfaction that I watch people react.
Aliens. This time, it's war.
Aliens grossed $10 million on its opening weekend, eventually grossing nearly $200 million worldwide. The film was even nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including one for Sigourney Weaver as the year's Best Actress.
Not bad for a human.
Well, it was a big surprise to all of us, and I'm still a bit surprised. I really think it's to Jim's credit. He wrote the role, and the role was a big, powerful role, and I'm grateful to the Academy for putting it in with all those other great performances. So it was a great honor to squeak through and be nominated.
What do I think my chances are? Very slim.
On Oscar night, Aliens claimed 2 awards. One for Best Visual Effects and another for Best Sound Effects Editing. Alien was now a full-fledged franchise. There were action figures, novelizations, comic books, model kits, and trading cards. There was even a highly successful Alien vs. Predator comic book and merchandising series. Within weeks of Alien's release, it was obvious to everyone another Alien sequel was inevitable. The only questions that remained were where, when, and how.